Yo guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we'll be talking about Tropical Storm Henri, which is over here, which is not looking that good. You got Tropical Wave here, which is going to do that, which is not really doing nothing. And then you got Grace here, which is now back to a hurricane again. As you can see, this is now a 90-mile-per-hour storm. So, it is meant to make landfall tonight. So, I think this could get to, if this starts to rapidly intensify, this could get to a Cat 2. Maybe a very weak Cat 3. But I'm suggesting a Cat 2 right now. As you can see, the wind field's large. That's its track. Wait. This is its track. Like that. And it's actually meant to move back into the East Pack and become a brief tropical storm. If it keeps its LOC, which is here, which is about here, if it keeps that low level center circulation, when it's moving over the mountainous terrain, which I'll show you, over the mountainous terrain of Mexico, right? Because the mountains will literally shred the storm apart. So when the storm comes up here, see how it weakens to a tropical storm here, and then it should track towards the north like that. So yeah. Anyway, it is meant to be making hurricane landfall near the coast, near Tampico, and I don't know what the other. I'm sorry, I don't really know Mexican name. Don't know where the names for is that for. But anyway, we have got Fred right. No, not Fred. Henri right now. Right, here's Henri. 70 miles per hour now, and it's moving towards the north and then taking a shot like that. So, wait, let me zoom in. So by 8 a.m. Saturday tomorrow, this is meant to become a hurricane, and 8 p.m. Saturday is when it's. This is when it's strengthening, weakening at this point, because it's moving into cooler sea surface temperatures, and you got tropical storm watches for Massachusetts, Nova Scotia. I don't know what those other places are. But yeah, you do have a tropical storm watch for those islands as well. For New Jersey, even though you're outside of the cone, you still expect some swells coming off the coast and hitting you. Doesn't mean we're at the cone. It doesn't mean you're not in the cone. All it means that you could get some swells going off the coast like that when it moves up like this, and that's what gives it a storm surge. And I don't know what the storm surge peak storm surge is for this. Right, as you can see over here, it's 3 to 5 feet over here, but then it's 2 feet here, 1 to 3 feet there, and then 5 feet here, and 3 to 5 feet there. So do expect some New Jersey do expect some swells coming off the coast, out of its wind field, and even though the storm will be moving like that, still, this might be it's could be a massive system by the time it gets up here anyway, because the wind field is meant to expand as it does, and that's why you could get some swells. Same with you, Long Island. Even though the storm's doing this right now, you can still get some swells like this coming off the coast. I know, and this is where the landfall spot is. So wait, let me zoom that out. So this is where the landfall spot is. I think it's there. Or further west. I'm not quite sure. But as you can see, I don't know what. I think the storm's tracking like that, or I think it's further to the east. Yeah, I think it's further to the west, and then moves like that. And then this is where the landfall spot is. And you do expect some swells coming off the coast. Like this. That's what's going to deliver your storm surge. Even when it's extra tropical here, you could still get the storm surge piling up. About 3 to 5 feet of storm surge along here. And along here. And even 3 to 4 feet along there, so be careful. Anyway, let's have a look at satellite imagery. Actually, before we have a look at satellite imagery, we've got a tropical system out of the MDR right now. That should generally just move up like this. I'm not really doing nothing. Models do have it, the GFS does have it forming about there, but then really dissipating as it moves up towards the north. So, yeah, I'll show you the GFS model in a minute. So, I will show you on tropical tidbits right now. So, here is the satellite imagery for Hurricane Grace. Right, as you can see right now, it is blowing up some good convection. Right. There we are. Right, as you can see, that pulsing of the convection, right? That pulsing on of the convection means it's breathing well. This storm could rapidly intensify as it moves towards the west like that. Or you don't know if the storm could make a northerly jog a bit and heads towards the north, so it's off the coast for a lot, so it's in water for a lot longer. Or it could be in water for much shorter, make landfall there, or maybe even there, but it won't make landfall. It will probably make landfall about here. But anywhere north of that, no, because you've got a massive ridge of high pressure, which is steering, Grace, that's it, right. So, as you can see, I know this is the East Pack and the Atlantic. As you can see, the East Pack has only got extra tropical storm Linda on it right now, and there's nothing really on the horizon for next week, but the NHC has marked an area in the Eastern Pacific to watch there for formation chance, and Grace to watch here when it forms about here. Obviously you've got Henri here. You've got the high pressure system ridge here. We got the high high ridge here, which is pushing grace towards the coast. And then you've got the Bermuda High, which is here. So you've got the high here. Then you've got the Bermuda High, which is here. This storm's meant to go around the Bermuda High, make landfall here. So still accept some swells. And then this storm's meant to move up here, not do nothing. But there is a potential system out in the Caribbean for next week, as that heads towards the north, like that. I will show the forecast models right now. They do actually GFS does actually take the storm to a very, very strong storm indeed. I'm not agreeing with the HWRF. I just think the HWRF is going a bit too bullish with the landfall intensity. See, they want it's right here right now. HWRF wants it at 977 millibars and keeps it at that. Gets to 968, which is a category 3, and starts to weaken as you saw it goes over the mountainous terrain and actually reforms. It could be called Grace. Right, it could be called Grace. We just have to wait and see if it does or not. But it will take the general west-northwest. As you can see, it actually it does actually become a brief hurricane again in the East Pac as it just heads towards the north. And, weakening at this point, as you can see, wind shear's taking a toll on the system, which is leaving, this is wind shear. You've got westerly wind shear right now, which is coming out of which is making all that convection go on this side of the storm. So this side of the storm will still keep the rain for when dry air is meant to be intruding as well, plus the wind shear. So when it's back over the Gulf, environmental conditions around the storm right now is favourable. There is 20 knots of wind shear trying to blow on the system, which is keeping it from rapidly intensifying, but it is quickly intensifying. I don't think it is rapidly yet, but I think Force 13 has called it. It has got a nice inner core, as you can see. It's breathing well, so you see it's got a nice inner core right now. It's breathing, as you can see. It's got that side of the eye. That's the eye wall. This over here is the eye. Right. That's the eye. This is the eye wall, where the strongest winds are. Where the eye is here, that is the calmest part of the system. But as you can get to these parts here in the outbands like these, and the outbands like that, they are the roughest part of the system. So do expect the outer bands coming on shore. But as you can see right now, this is the general path of that's obviously where the system is right now. At this point, it is breathing well. It does have the outflow. It is peaking at a brief category 3, a very weak one, which is my prediction. It then weakens to 971. As you can see, the eye is wobbly at this point. So yeah. As you can see, and then it should head straight towards this direction, and then it probably will move towards the north like that, or maybe even carry on and just head towards the west. You don't really know. The system could do anything, and it does make landfall as a 972 millibar storm. As you can see, half of the eye does make landfall, but where the LOC is, that's go away until it goes over land. It could intensify over here. As you can see, the eye wall is still on half it's on land right now. So soon as this happens, which is on Saturday the 21st of August, which is tomorrow, at the Zixi run, I will do an update. But at this point, where it gets to this is when it gets become a brief tropical storm again in the East Pac near the Socorro Islands here, and then you've got the other islands here, and you should have California somewhere up here. So yeah, as you can see, it does reform briefly, and then you've got these islands here. You've got California here. This storm is meant to do this, so obviously it will track out here like that. Move past the should probably move past these islands here. So yeah, it does experience. You probably won't these islands. It will probably do it with some swells of this system. These islands here, and maybe the west coast here. You still get some rain of the system, even when it moves out of the Gulf. You still get the rain falling into the system as it moves out towards the sea. As you can see right now, this is where it breathes and actually becomes a brief hurricane again. Like that. But shear does take the toll on it at the minute, as you see. It does start to break away from its low level center circulation. See, wind shear picks up at this point out the west, I think, or is it the north? I don't really know. But yeah, by this point, wind shear would have took a toll on this system, shearing the cloud tops towards the east or the west, I think. I don't know. North, east, that's it. East here, and then dry. I think dry air will get into the system, plus wind shear, which is not healthy for the storm. And plus, when it gets over here, it'll be in cooler sea surface temperature, so it'll be about 24, maybe 23 degrees Celsius. So yeah, anyway, I'll quickly show you the actual satellite imagery. I know you saw infrared, but you can't really tell on infrared if the storm's looking great or not. You can, but sometimes infrared does play up. I might have to end the video here soon because I'm busy. But if you guys want another video, don't forget to comment. And I do upload every single day if I have to. If there's an imminent threat, I will upload twice, maybe even 3 times a day. As you can right. Anyway, let's go back to the system. As you can see, it is an eyes trying to appear here. Wait. Yeah, as you can see there, on the beginning frames. Right here, as you can see, if I pause here, it's about here. You can see an eyes trying to form in the center here. If you replay it again, as you can see, it does try and form a big blob of convection. Covers it back up again. And obviously, it is getting better on the latest frames. And I think this might be a category 2 by now as it heads towards the coast. Do experience some tropical storm force winds, some swells off this system. You could even get some swells towards the north as well. Even back at the Yucatan as well, you could get some swells off this system. Down here as well, you could get some swells. Do experience some tropical storm force winds here. And then hurricane force winds here. So as the system came from the Yucatan, like that. Right, now, why is the system making landfall again? So the system is making landfall here. So it came off the Yucatan like this. And it was just directly moving into a environment that was conducive for it. I don't think it will rapidly intensify, but at this point, it is getting close, as you can see. But if you go back over here, where it is right now, as you can see, it's about it's about 10 hours from landfall, I think. Or it could be even soon, about 8 hours. So 8 hours of rapid intensification will probably bring this up to a Cat 3. Maybe even a strong Cat 2. Don't know. So anyway, that is the sea surface temperatures. No, that's the satellite imagery. So yeah, anyway, I hope you like this video, and I hope you like my new tool as well. Before I go anyway, I'll talk about the outer bands. As you can see, it's got the outer bands. It does have this convection like that, which is going like that, which means it's breathing well, and once it does that, breathes well, you could be seeing storms, because storms need to be vertically stacked, like that, I think. Yeah, like that. But if they're like that, but it's sheared like that, then it's not conducive for the system. So yeah, anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, and I'll see you all in the next storm. Peace, and have a great day.